Hey guys, Flaccid Baron here with the long-awaited sequel to this video. I loved making this video so much I decided to make a sequel. However, the build in this video is a bit different than that one. In fact, this video has 4 different builds, all with the same core items, but with different helmets and boots. Through my testing, this build has been the best. Here is the basic sequence of abilities in order to maximize damage and one-shot your target. First, we start with Q to start stacking our Assassin Spirit. Then press R to go invisible and start stacking your damage buff. Then throw the poison, press E, chain slash, and beam. And you do a lot of damage, and including some damage over time. And if that doesn't kill him, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you got to get more spec, because that was a lot of damage. I have done over 2,650 damage to actual players with this combo, and that doesn't even take into account that the E also does damage over time. However, there are some changes you can make to this build. You can use, instead of the helmet slot being a Purity Cowl, which I think is the best one, which is also getting buffed very soon. Instead of that, you can use Spectre Hood, which is the original build, and you can go invis twice, so you'll have 2 one-shot opportunities. This is good for a 5v5 group. I use this type of build whenever I am doing 5v5s. I usually use Hellion Shoes, though. We'll get into that later. Also, a Fiend Cowl. This was decent, probably the worst out of the 3, in my opinion. But you can use a Fiend Cowl to try to purge them, or if you're doing more of a gank style, then you can purge their boots when they try to run away, even though we're trying to one-shot, which is why I like the Purity the best. There's also boot switches that you can make. So some people suggest that you should play Royal Sandals for the damage buff, but that's only really good when there's only one guy. When there's multiple people, you one-shot the one guy with this, but then you've used your boots and you can no longer escape, which is a little bit worrisome, because if you can't escape after you've wasted all of your abilities to one-shot someone, then you're probably just going to die. So these are good, but they're not as good as the Couriers, which are a get out of jail for free card. So easy to escape on the Couriers. Then also, if you want more one-shot but less escape, if you want more damage but less escape than the Royal Sandals, look no further than the Hellion Shoes. Hellion Shoes used to be the build, right? The Hellion Shoes, Spectre Jacket, or Spectre Hood with the Assassin Jacket and the Dagger Pair. This was the build for the longest time, and this was the build in the first video. But Hellion Shoes, man, they've gotten nerfed twice, and nowadays people are so mobile. If you use Hellion Shoes, you're asking to die. I died so many times trying to get clips for this video using the Hellion Shoes just to test out how the build works nowadays. It's not worth it. Don't use Hellion Shoes unless you're playing 5v5s. Then this is a really good build for 5v5s. Another build, or another item I did try out was the Soldier Boots. And these are decent. These are decent because they're similar to like the get out of jail free card, but they're a little bit slower and they take more of a wind up. So I do think you should play Couriers. But if you can't use Courier work boots because you don't have any gathering fame, then I would say the Soldiers are pretty decent. I would give Soldiers second place. So let's put them in order from what I would give them. So number 1, of course, is the Courier work boots. Get you out of jail for free. So many times I've escaped on those. Number 2, Soldier Boots. Same thing. I've escaped with these a lot. You also get a passive. You get more defense, or you can use less CC or more CC resistance. You could do those as well. Then we have the Royal Sandals. Honestly, these are good, especially since they're cloth. They give you an extra 3.5% damage. But if you're using these to engage, you can't use them to escape because it's a 30-second cooldown. So it's kind of tough to say we should use these ever. And then, unfortunately, the big damage of the Hellion Shoes is completely outweighed by you will just die. You will one-shot someone because you do an extra 35% damage, which is huge, but then you have no way of getting out at all. Unless I was actually trying with dash with the Hellion shoes. I was trying dash for a second. It's terrible. It's terrible. Don't do that. And then now for the helmet slot, this is how I would rank them. Oh, not boots in there. This is how I would rank them. I think Cowl of Purity, especially with the buff incoming, it's going to be so much better. And it was already good in this video. You guys will see. Cowl of Purity, number 1. And then the OG Spectre Hood, depending on what you're doing, is number 2. And then the Fiend Cowl is number 3. Fiend Cowl, though, is a little sussy. I'd honestly put it at number 4 with a blank spot at number 3. Because Fiend Cowl, the only reason I think it's really even up here, and it's the same reason as the Purity, it has the aggressive or aggression passive. So you get an extra 3.5% on both of these because they are cloth cowls. But other than that, I would not run Fiend Cowl. I don't think Fiend Cowl is good enough. It's okay for ganking, but then when you're ganking, why don't you just use the Purity to actually kill them as opposed to using a Fiend Cowl to purge them? But you can just kill them straight up with the Fiend Cowl because it does, or the Cowl of Purity, because it does damage. So this thing's getting a buff. Definitely, I would go with this, especially if you're watching after the buff comes out. This Avalonian beam is gonna be like the Death Star, just shooting people from across the map and just tanking their health. So definitely use this. Also in this video, I was using 0.1 potions as well as 8.2 beef stew. So if you're not getting the same damage, even though you have the same spec, then maybe that's why. So now that you guys know how the build works and some variations of it, let's see it in action. Guys, only 16% of you guys are subscribed. Cletus, let them know what to do.
Well, howdy there, fella. Make sure you unsubscribe to the channel.
Oh, maybe no one grabbed any loot. We grabbed the silver at least. Oh, we got all the loot. Get him, get him, get him. Eduardo, I believe in you. Get him. Get him, Eduardo. Oh, no. Eduardo, get him. I'll protect you. I'll protect you from the reds. Eduardo, get him. Get him, Eduardo. Yes. Yes, kill him. Kill him. Will Eduardo get the kill? Vote now on your phones. Eduardo, do it. Look, Eduardo, he's 13 HP. Eduardo, oh my God, you failed me, Eduardo. You failed me. Eduardo, he's 13 HP, bud. Come on, you can still do it. You can still do it. You can still do it. Eduardo, I believe in you. Eduardo, I believe in you. Oh, the big chain. The big shadows. Oh no, he got bubble. Eduardo, you suck. All right, who's gonna get it? Who's gonna get it? Who's gonna get it? Not very smart of you, buddy. So I'm really excited to play one-shot crossbow again. I love one-shotting. That's my favorite thing to do in Albion, is one-shotting. And I don't mean one-shotting like you hit them 50 times with your Sure. I mean one-shotting as in they have 100% health and then they go down to 0 when you press E. They go down to 0. I guess technically that was a 2-shot dagger. I wonder if there's any loot on the floor. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's go! We gotta press Q first. All right, buddy? Oh, it's these guys again. Bleed? I was gonna say that bleed gets him. Oh, come on! Am I the worst looter ever or what, boys? Oh my god. How did I miss all that loot? Easy. We didn't get any loot though. We should have grabbed the loot. Look, I get he was tier 3, but like, why did he dismount on me? Oh, I forgot to use poison. I was like, why did I do no damage? But it's because I forgot to use poison. Like an idiot. Oh, I'll use it right now. Gotcha, bud. Oh, people are sprinting in. I just heard sprinting. Oh, shit. Yo, what was that, bro? Bro, no, kick this guy. Kick him. Kick him. Kill this guy. Kill this guy. They're trying to bomb squad us, boys. Where do you think you're going? Where do you think you're going? Click him. This is OP. Having a healer's OP. How come I never have healers? Get him! Get him! Yeah, fuck him up! The beam! Let's go! The beam!
Throw your bread all on me like I'm peanut butter jelly. Rob you to completion, let you skittle on my belly. Mama Jesus in the house, her blunts at least announced. If you hate and bitch, please take your leave bounce. Bye. It's okay, this the way I'm on the road to fame. Cause a bitch like me don't play, nah. And right now you gotta pay or get out my way. Cause a bitch like